Good morning. How are you guys doing? If you are struggling with flash or struggling with understanding light, here's a piece of advice for you. So, your new full-time job is to notice light everywhere, right? Notice the line between light and shadow. Notice the color of light, right? Notice the shadows hiding in crevices and the deep dark shadows in plain sight. Learn also to see specular reflection, which is the whitest part of the reflection of light, right? So anytime you see, I'm trying to figure out, I think I have a specular in my eye right there. You can see the whitest part of my eye right there. It's called a specular reflection. That's anywhere you see light reflected off of metal, glossy surfaces, or eyeballs. Train yourself to see the brightest part of that reflection and notice it as a specular. What you're doing is you're training your mind to be able to notice the different aspects of light so you become more confident with it. And also try this, right? Inside at night, block your iPhone light with lace and watch the pockmarked patches paint the wall. So what I mean here is to take your iPhone and put a piece of fabric in front of it, like a lace that has holes in anything that has holes in it, you'd be able to do. But you put it in front of your iPhone light, and you basically paint the wall with light. We did this as kids, right? Where you put the light up, and then you make the animal talk on the wall, right? Same thing here, but using something else like lace or whatever else to see how that light paints the wall. And what you'll notice is all the different types of shadows that can be created, all the different angles you can put the light, and then also play with the distance of the light to the lace. And all you're doing is, because you're playing with light, because you're spending time working with light, you're training your mind to understand it better. Now, as you're trying to learn about light, it makes more sense to have something like a constant on, like your iPhone light, where it's always showing you what the image is, versus a flash where it's just briefly on for a second, so you can't really see how it paints the room continually. If you use a constant light like your iPhone, then you're able to kind of just see in real time what's going on as you move the light. I would also suggest doing this, taking your iPhone light and moving it across your face. The way that you see this doesn't look right because I'm not in the dark, but the way that you just look in a mirror and just watch how the light changes, both in intensity and then also the type of shadow that is created from playing with the light on your face. You can see right here, you can see right there, see the shadows that are being thrown right there? You can actually see that crisp, clear shadow line right there. Right? This is the kind of stuff that I want you to notice. If you start noticing this stuff, then you are well on your way to mastering Flash. And I understand that Flash has a lot of different buttons and it's all confusing with that. But really where you need to start is just noticing things about light and being able to play with light so that you have a good concept for what happens when you do certain things. Or, in this case, when I have an iPhone flashlight, right? The light source is very small. So what I know about that is that it's going to give me a crisp shadow. It's not going to give me this gentle shadow that's coming on my face now because I have this whole huge window in front of me. So the shadow that is created right here is very, very soft. There's no clean, harsh line, right? But with the iPhone light, you could see that clean, you could see that clean, harsh line, and that's due to the size of the light. So as you play with light, as you focus on it, as you just give yourself homework to spend 5 minutes with your iPhone light or spend 5 minutes with your flash, that confidence slowly builds and it just starts to make more sense. It's riding a bike, right? It's just riding a bike. You do it again, and you're just building on the previous day. Every time you spend time with Flash for 5 minutes, you don't have to learn that stuff again. You can then work on that the next day and build the next day. And then what happens is you turn around in 30 days and you go, oh my gosh, I really understand this. Or, oh, that's not confusing to me anymore. Or, oh, absolutely, I know what a specular reflection is. And you start to see it. Or, oh, yeah, I know shadow quality and I can see whether it's a harsh shadow or a soft shadow. And you just start noticing, oh, if I could go over here when I'm doing the photo shoot, I'd get really, really soft shadows because we're hiding in in kind of a shadow area, versus if I'm in the middle of a field and there's the harsh sun coming down and it's creating all sorts of shadows or raccoon eyes, right? If the light's coming straight down, then you're going to get these very dark raccoon eyes because your eyebrow line is blocking that light that's coming straight down, and then it just makes that whole eye area dark. So as you notice this stuff, it's going to make way more sense to you to not shoot photos in a certain area and to instead seek out a better area to take photos where then your photos just end up being great because there's no issue with light. You're only going to know that if you spend time educating yourself. So I hope that was helpful. Please join, if you like this, if this is helpful to you, please join my Telegram group. It's t.me/grainhappy, and that's where you can ask me anything about Flash. I'm trying to connect with more photographers and offer help. I spent 7 or 8 years working with photography full time as a wedding photographer with my wife, and I've got tons of hours underneath my belt. Flash makes sense to me now, and I want to try to start helping other photographers understand Flash as well. So if you want help, please hit me up there and ask me some questions. I hope you have a good day. Take care.